Thanks, everyone, for being here, especially those that traveled with us from Chicago. Thanks for making the time and taking the trip out here. First of all, I want to tip my hat to Mike Riley. He's a pro's pro, a coach's coach, and a great friend. You know, as I said to him after the game, I've got so much respect for Mike, the way that he carries himself, the way that he's always run his programs, and it was no change today. We knew today was going to be a hard-fought battle. You know, those Cornhuskers have been through so many tough games this year, gut-wrenchers, and you know, they probably feel the same way after the way things went today. So I want to tip my hat to Mike and his staff and his young men. To talk about our guys, you know, just really proud of the resilience. You know, we didn't necessarily play great at all early, but we stuck together, found a way to make some plays there in the first half and make it a game. And then in the second half, just some big plays, you know, big plays offensively. You know, the field position battle, I think we won pretty decisively. And then on top of that, our defense, you know, making some big stops on the stretch. They were on the field way too long. To see the way that those guys rose up on defense was absolutely terrific. So a great team win, a huge team win to get us over the hump, to get to 6 and get into the postseason. But that's, you know, like we just talked about in the locker room, 6 is not the destination. You know, we didn't talk about it in camp about let's get to 6 wins. So proud of the way the guys have fought, proud of the resiliency, and now we got to wrap up midterms here in the back. You know, last kind of couple of days of midterms, get some rest. We need it, and then get ready to go for November. So with that, how about some questions, please?
Are you the quarterback scramble coach?
Are you talking about?
I just wondered if you drew up all the quarterback scramble.
No, you know, Clayton's. I thought you were talking about Tommy. Yeah, we let our guys. I mean, geez. It was not the plan defensively at all, and disappointed about that. But, you know, both quarterbacks, you know, that's the great thing about college football, right? I mean, the quarterbacks are a factor, good, bad, or indifferent, but they're a factor with their legs and with their arms. And both Tommy and Clayton made big plays today, you know, and really proud of Clayton. You know, wasn't going the way we wanted it to go, throwing the football early, but he stayed the course. He made some huge plays with his legs, and then, you know, settled down and really started to take what the defense gave him in the second half, and that was really the difference in the game.
How important was it for all the young guys, especially to, after the past couple of weeks, kind of get their confidence and their mojo back going forward?
Yeah, you know, Fred, I don't know if we lost our mojo. I hate to disappoint bloggers, but our guys don't listen to them. You know, I mean, they don't. They don't. So, you know, it's just the way the world is today. You know, you win 5 games and things are going great and everybody tells you how great you are. And really, you watch the tape, and I said it, I don't know how many times you guys, we're not that good. I didn't want to have it be a self-fulfilling prophecy, obviously, for 2 weeks. But, you know, we played 2 good football teams, and we didn't play very well. But that's going to happen when you get into conference play. And you just got to keep swinging and keep fighting and battling. And, you know, it's the world you live in, you know, and you got to shut the noise off. And I think the kids have done a great job of that. They've stayed the course. And we got, you know, obviously a big month ahead of us, but to get over the hump, get back in, like I said, in the postseason eligibility is huge for our program. And, you know, we're heading in the right direction and couldn't do it without the great support that we have at every level. You know, best AD in the country, best president in the country. Our band came out here today. It was awesome. Those kids traveling 10 hours via bus. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Appreciate NUM coming out here. And we had so many great fans that were with us. So big team win today. Well, you know, I think from a standpoint, especially who we played, you know, I think going in this week, we played 4 top 20 teams, and we've played a very competitive schedule. So it should be great. It should be a great confidence booster to the whole program. You know, everybody on campus. You know, we're back to where we want to be. Now, unfortunately, we've given away control of the West, but what we can control is how we prepare and how we play, and that's what we talked about this week. We gave it to somebody else, and we'll just, you know, focus inward and try to keep playing better.
What was your thought on your initial reaction on the late hit, number 7 on Frazier on the last drive?
You know, pretty uncharacteristic of their team. You know, I don't know what happened to make it. I didn't see it, but you know, you hate to see that happen for a young man. You know, it's just it's a competitive game played by competitive guys, and you know, maybe just lost his cool. I really couldn't see it. It was kind of blocked by all the other bodies.
Pat, comment on their 2-point conversion that you stopped there at the end.
Well, we had, I think, pretty solid coverage, and we forced Tommy to come back to his, I think, last choice in the progression on the backside, and our guys had great eyes, great discipline, and obviously very fortunate to execute on that play. They had been pretty successful on 2-point plays going into our game, so to get that was huge.
Coach, you had two seniors today, Dean and Nick, have pretty good games. Were they really vocal with the team after the previous two losses?
No. Neither of those guys are real vocal guys. They're both more lead by example. Especially with your guys' generation today, there's not a lot of bravado. There's not a lot of young people that pound their chest. At least in our program, there's not. So, Nick and Dean are consistent players. They've been consistent for us their whole careers. Especially a guy like Nick. You'll live out there in the corner. That's a tough world, and just proud of the way he's progressed throughout his entire career. And both those guys played outstanding today. Some plays they'd probably both like back, but they both played outstanding. And you need that from your seniors this time of the year.
You talk about your plan against Armstrong. Looked like you had him confused a fair number of times. Maybe had him baited a few times.
We tried to change some things up pre-snap, post-snap. We do that every week, though. I don't think it was anything unique for Tommy. Okay. The plan that we didn't execute very well is we needed to keep him between the tackles. And that obviously was not very good today. So disappointed with that, but we didn't give up that explosive scramble touchdown that when you looked at their explosive play tape, that's why I'm going gray and I stayed up all week. His ability to keep plays alive and make explosive plays with his arm is deadly. And, I think, for the most part, we were able to keep that to a minimum, if non-existent.
What is it, do you think, between this rivalry where you have so many close games?
Well, I'll go back to when it was with Bo, and he and I are, really close. And, since I've played Nebraska, they've played the game the right way. It's tough. It's physical. They play as a team. All three phases are well coached. And now you fast forward to Mike and his staff, and it was the same thing. You looked at them on tape, and yeah, there's some little differences just because the staffs are different. But, excellent personnel, great talent. This is a huge, huge home field advantage here. And to be able to come in here and, really the last 3 times being out here, be within a Westerkamp ridiculous catch, we're very, very fortunate. So I'm just really proud of our guys. I thought they battled and they fought, and really proud of our staff. They did a great job. I thought we put together a good plan, and we had to adjust at halftime. I thought we did a pretty good job.
What did you think that Clayton did in the passing game to make those adjustments after the first quarter and a half?
I think he saw things a little cleaner. There were throws there in the first quarter. I don't know if you guys could see it from your vantage point, but in my ear, when we're talking, it's just let's just settle him down, and then when he did that, it looked like he was able to take advantage of the basic quarterback play. Take what the defense gives you, right? It sounds elementary, but that's what it's all about. Just take what the defense gives you, and when he did that, we were able to have some success.
Did you figure out that sideline interference call with
No, yeah, I'm just glad what didn't impact the game. So, but I'm sure we were wrong. So it's unacceptable. It's my fault, and I'll take a look at it and see how we can be better there.
any significant injuries?
Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, not that I'm aware of. First time out here that we haven't had a significant one, knock on wood.
Were you surprised Clayton could make those runs? The outside world probably.
Yeah.
Sees him as a long strider.
Yeah, he can run. I'm glad to see that he decided to do it again. He did it earlier in the year, and basically won us the Stanford game. He's a freshman quarterback with 8 games under his belt, and he's got 6 wins. I'd give him an A. Now he's got a big month ahead of him, but I just see him growing every rep. I see him becoming more comfortable in the role. And not that he was uncomfortable, but you try to put him in the crucible as much as you can, but how do you mimic his last 2 road trips of the big house and here? I think both games he has been a big reason why, especially today, that we had a chance to win the game. And even in Ann Arbor, I don't think it was his fault by any stretch of the imagination. So he's just going to keep getting better as long as he keeps working the way that he is. And he's such a humble Christian that I would be shocked if you don't see, exponential growth from him.
out, give you guys a chance to take stock a little bit of where you're at and really what you've accomplished, like you mentioned, against that schedule that you played?
I'm going recruiting on Monday, so I doubt I'm going to get a whole lot of time to reflect. I mean, we'll, like we do every week, we do a comprehensive self-scout of what we're doing in all three phases. We'll have a little bit more time to do that after this game. You know, everybody does that. That's not unique to us. We're going to hit the road recruiting for a couple days. Get a lot of reps with our guys that were redshirting or not getting a ton of reps. We call them the D squad, developmental squad. So the D squad will go hard on Tuesday and Wednesday with the coordinators, and then I'll be out with the other 7 guys on the road recruiting Monday through Wednesday. And then we'll come back Thursday and Friday and get the varsity back together. And I'll give everybody Halloween off. Probably have a Halloween party on Friday, see some unique costumes in the team meeting, and have a little bit of fun with that. And then, you know, get ourselves back in the game week a week from now. So we need the bye week, though. I mean, our guys have been through a very difficult 8 weeks of playing very stiff competition. You know, I believe that, you know, when you look at where we've played, who we've played, and how we've played, I still think we got a lot of room for improvement. And that's what's encouraging to me.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you, guys. Travel safe. Go Cats.
We'll get,